Sometimes we make the mistake of looking for players of the past and you do not appreciate what you have right now. With the Indian team, if you're looking at specific players or comparing them to players of the past, you probably don't have that similar type. If you look at the team that's going to the Asia Cup, they got match winners from 1 to 7. You got Hardik Pandya, Rinku Singh. That's the type of strength India does have. I think they got their bases covered.
There was a time like Sri Lanka dominated the world cricket, but right now Afghanistan is the second best team after India in Asian continent. So what is the reason of decline in Sri Lankan cricket?
They've struggled to be consistent. They've come up with good performances now and again. That's when you take note. But to be repetitive of those performances has been the challenge.
This Asia Cup will also provide a big opportunity to prepare for the all-important T20 World Cup, which is happening next year.
Beauty of the Asia Cup, isn't it? We play the format leading into the World Cup, so it gives you that opportunity. For the players, yes, they need to get everything out of their heads. They need to take each day as it comes and just go out there and express themselves and make a name for themselves.
Hello and welcome to timesofindia.com. We have with us today former Sri Lanka cricketer Russell Arnold, who has entertained us with his bowling, with his batting. He was a middle order bulwark, obviously. Happy to have you, Russell, today.
Good to be here. How's it?
Asia Cup is coming, so how do you see Sri Lanka's title chances this year?
I think they stand a good chance. Yeah, it's going to be very competitive, and I'm really looking forward to the tournament because it's of high quality, especially with Bangladesh and now lately Afghanistan playing some wonderful cricket. Everyone's somewhat a threat. India probably will be the team to beat, but the way Sri Lanka are going about things, I think they're on the right track. Players are coming together, settling into their roles, and hopefully they are able to perform at that high standard that they are required to make it difficult for the other teams.
Can you name the three key players, Sri Lankan players, who can change the course of the game in this tournament?
Pathum Nissanka, right at the top of the order, can set the direction. Kamindu Mendy settling into his new role at number 7. He's going to be the real key for Sri Lanka in whichever way their batting goes. And then I'll go with Dushmantha Chamira, who's fit and firing to make an impact with the ball for Sri Lanka. With the Indian team, if you're looking at specific players or comparing them to players of the past, you probably don't have that similar type. But you have different players and the team looks a very different one. They got match winners from 1 to 7. If you look at the team that's going to the Asia Cup T20 format, that's very powerful. You got Hardik Pandya, then you got Rinku Singh, who can win a game from nowhere. So that's the type of strength India does have. And sometimes we make the mistake of looking for players of the past, and you do not appreciate what you have right now. I think they got their bases covered.
There was a time like Sri Lanka dominated the world cricket, but right now Afghanistan is coming the second best team after India I'm talking about in Asian continent. So what is the reason of decline in Sri Lankan cricket?
They've struggled to be consistent. They've come up with good performances now and again. That's when you take note. But to be repetitive of those performances has been the challenge. One thing I feel with so much cricket being played, you need a lot more depth. Sri Lanka seem to not have that depth. India are able to rest players, rotate them, keep them fresh. You need that type of balance to be in your team, and hence there are lots of injuries that come in. And each player getting injured seems to be a big blow because of we don't have that replacement. So that puts you off your game somewhat. So these are the challenges that Sri Lanka have to work on to be competitive right through.
There was a time when we used to watch India versus Sri Lanka series quite often, like maybe a couple of times in a year, but that doesn't happen now. Do you think that India versus Sri Lanka should happen more? Like you were there, Marwan Atapattu, Jai Surya, I mean, a lot of players were there who entertained us.
It's always good to play because it's a very interesting series, a challenging one. But schedules don't allow that as much. The way cricket is played with franchise cricket coming in, there's not much time, and hence it's a problem to play who and how you played 20 years ago to get those fixtures in, to play the number of games or how things were done. Things are very, very different, and hence whether we like it, even if we like it, time is a problem. Well, it's always good to play India. There are a lot of benefits in playing India. So every team around the world wants to play India because one thing, they're competitive, they're marketable, commercially viable, and hence for many reasons, India is a team everyone wants to play and beat because they've set the bar so high. And yes, there's a lot to learn. The Sri Lankan players can learn from India, and there's a lot of joy in beating India whenever we can as well. So as I mentioned earlier, if time was time permitting, it would be great to play more games, and there'll be lots more advantages in the bigger picture of running cricket too.
Do you think that players opting for franchisee cricket more than the national duty is the reason behind it?
Players, I mean, would love to play for their countries, but then again, at the end of the day, you're a professional cricketer, and there's only a limited time that you can make a life for yourself because you'll give up on everything. So players making decisions on security for their future, I have no problem with it. You got to make the best decision for yourself because initially it's you and your family that is always there for you. Yes, cricket has changed and the rewards are very different. And if it means that you need to make such a decision to look after your family or better your life for your family, that's the way you would go. I'm pretty sure if those options were there to you, you'd have to make that decision as well.
And we have a Sri Lankan legend, Sanat Jayasuriya, coming in as a coach. The fortunes are going to change for Sri Lanka, and we'll hope that they'll put up a big performance. They might go on and win the title this point of time in Asia Cup. What do you say about it?
Hoping so. That will make me very happy as well. But as I mentioned earlier, it's going to be a massive challenge. You've got to get past some quality teams. So that would mean you have to play the best cricket possible. Sri Lanka do have the players, do have the skill. It's about getting it together. It matters what you do on that particular day and able to back it up the next day. The consistency, that's what's required to get you those results. And Sri Lanka have had a small issue in the continuity. Hopefully, they learn from their mistakes earlier. Sanat Jayasuriya's passion and emotion rubs off on the players, and that high intensity will be maintained.
This Asia Cup will also provide a big opportunity to prepare for the all-important T20 World Cup, which is happening next year in India and Sri Lanka. So your take on that?
Beauty of the Asia Cup, isn't it? We play the format leading into the World Cup, so it gives you that opportunity. But for the players, yes, they need to get everything out of their heads. They need to take each day as it comes and just go out there and express themselves and make a name for themselves. When you try to look too far ahead, 6 months ahead or 4 months ahead, this is what it is. You cannot look at it as a practice tournament. It is an international tournament. It's a tournament of high quality. There's rivalry, there's gamesmanship. You got to go out there and play and be ready for each day. Yes, the bigger picture, it's a warm-up opportunity, get things right. But every player out there would want to win that tournament, and that's how it's going to be played.
The last final between India and Sri Lanka that happened when Siraj took 5-wicket haul, that was not an impressive show by Sri Lanka. So do you think that Sri Lanka will learn from that mistake and will try to bounce back?
Well, they have struggled against Siraj last couple of times, hasn't it? But the players have changed. The players have built on their game. And they would work on their mistakes, which I'm seeing from the Sri Lankan team. So it's not going to be easy as that.
Your favorite memory against India?
We used to play a lot, as you did mention in the past. But the best game, my memory goes back to the game in Sharjah. Sanat Jayasuriya made 189, put on a partnership with me. Then we bowled out India for a very low total, which is very special.
It was a pleasure and nice talking to you, Russell. And thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.